I should never have touched this. It has just fingerprints on it. Not as mine. Doesn't matter anyway. It's her letter opener. I'll never be able to get out of this. Let me out of here! Bennett! Bennett! Bennett, where are you? Bennett! 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 Bennett, where are you? Bennett? Oh. Bennett? 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 Come on, wake up! Wake up, Bennett! Bennett, please, oh, please.
What?
Oh, Bennett, thank goodness you're all right. Oh, Bennett.
Ruth. Ruth.
Bennett. I'm Lisa.
Lisa.
Yes. Oh, you had me so scared. I didn't know what was wrong. I thought that, well...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I certainly didn't mean to scare you.
No, it's just the way you were just slumped in this chair and everything, and the way you looked, and...
Oh, I must have fallen into a very deep sleep.
I guess you did. I couldn't wake you, and I shook you and everything.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I guess I must have had too much wine for dinner.
Bennett.
What?
You called me Ruth.
Ruth? You sure?
It really shocked me.
I really don't remember. And I told you to not to have too much wine at dinner. I guess I should have taken my own advice. What time is it?
Oh, it's around midnight.
What are you doing up at this time of night? You went to bed right after Henry left with his nephew.
Yes.
And then Hester made you that herbal tea.
Yes, I was very restless when I went upstairs.
Tea usually helps you rest.
No. I had this splitting headache, and I couldn't sleep. And then, I just can't get over the fact you call me Ruth.
Well, I guess we both learned a lesson. I had every intention of going to bed just after you did. I guess I passed out in that chair.
I'm sure you must have. You didn't hear me call you.
Call me? When?
Oh, Bennett, I've been calling you for the past 10 minutes.
What are you talking about?
Something's going on around here. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that Hester is behind it all.
Wait a minute, I can't...
She is a very vicious person.
I don't follow you. Please, what happened?
Well, I was upstairs in my room. I had this splitting headache. I couldn't sleep. And then suddenly the lights went out.
Well, we always have trouble with the lights when there's a bad windstorm.
Oh, well, I know that. But anyway, I went for my matches. I lit the candle. And right after that, I heard this door slam somewhere down the hall.
Just the wind again.
No, it wasn't the wind. I walked out in the hall. Now, it was very dark, and I couldn't see anything. But I started walking down the hall. I started walking towards Ruth's room.
Ruth's room? Why?
Because that's where I heard, that was the direction where I heard the door slam. I went inside. I went into Ruth's room. And Bennett, the portrait of Ruth, was back over the fireplace where it always was.
No.
Yes,
no,
yes,
the portrait is gone.
No, it isn't. It was there. And what's more, it has been all cut across the face.
Lisa, you've got to be... Yeah,
I am not. I am not kidding you. I am not imagining. I am not dreaming. It is true. And I know that Hester is the one who is behind it all. I've got proof. Because when I walked in there, I looked down on the floor, and there was her letter opener on the floor. I went to pick it up, and just as I did, the door slammed. And then my candle went out. It took me a while. I had to find matches somewhere. I had to find matches. I lit the candle, and then I went to the door. Somebody was holding the door. I could not open the door. I know it was Hester. She was holding on to it, and I couldn't get it open.
Hester?
Of course it was Hester. Couldn't have been anyone else. I pulled, and I pulled, and I pulled, and then I started to beat on the door, and I screamed for you.
Please calm down.
Lisa. I am calm. Don't you understand? This woman is she is unbalanced. Bennett, listen to me. Not only is she unbalanced, but she is very jealous. She is jealous of anyone who tries to get near you in any way. Why, she's still jealous of Ruth. She hates her.
All right, wait a minute. Slow down. Just take it easy now. You don't know what you're saying.
Yes, I do.
Number one, that room, the door to Ruth's room is locked. You know that. Yes, and number two, I told Hester, I ordered Hester to take that portrait out of the cellar and put it in the trash.
Well, she didn't do it.
She wouldn't disobey my orders.
Oh, yes, she would. It is back there, up over the... I did. There's something wrong with her. There's something wrong with her.
All right, calm down. Come on, sit over here.
Calm down. How do you expect me to calm down when you know that somebody's trying to scare me to death? She's trying to frighten me away from here. She's trying to frighten me away from you. Now, I'm telling you, you've got to get rid of her before she really does something terrible.
Bennett? Mrs. Coleman? Why are you shouting? What's going on?
I went into Ruth's room, and her portrait was hanging there over the mantel.
No.
Yes. And what's more, it had been mutilated. I mean by that the face had been slashed across and across. And just then the candle went out, and the door slammed. And when I went, I had to find the matches to light my candle, and by the time I got to the door and tried to open it, someone was holding on to the door so it wouldn't budge.
Well, who on earth would have done such a thing?
Well, someone who didn't want me to leave the room, obviously.
But why?
To frighten me, I guess.
Well, how'd you finally manage to get out?
Well, I kept banging on the door and screaming. I guess it frightened whomever it was away.
Did you see anyone else out in the hall?
Of course I didn't. It was too dark. I just had the candle.
Did you hear anyone?
No, I didn't hear. How could I hear with the wind howling the way it is?
I still think it was that wind that slammed the door shut.
It wasn't the wind that held the door shut.
Mrs. Coleman, you must be mistaken about the whole experience. First of all, Bennett and I were the only two people here.
Yes, I'm well aware of that fact.
After you went upstairs, he made a fire and fell asleep in the chair. I saw him when I came through from the kitchen to go to my own room.
I didn't stir until Lisa came down just now.
And as for me, I was very tired. It was a busy day preparing for the company. I went right to bed and fell asleep until a few minutes ago when I thought I heard someone shouting down here.
Lisa was very frightened.
Well, I don't wonder. You must have had a bad dream.
Oh, no. It wasn't a dream. I didn't dream this at all. Because I didn't go to sleep.
Well, I know this place very well, and with the wind howling through the trees and down the chimneys, can make you imagine all kinds of things.
That is true, Lisa.
Of course, with all that food and wine. Well, it's no wonder you had bad dreams and woke up frightened.
I am telling you, I did not go to sleep. Oh, why the look?
Well, it's a little embarrassing, Mrs. Coleman. Well, I don't mean to imply that you're lying, but I saw you.
You saw me? Where did you see me?
Well, before I went to bed, I heard a shutter banging very loudly as I passed your door, so I looked in on you. You were asleep on the bed, and the cup of herbal tea was empty on the bedside table.
That is not true.
Lisa,
Now,
please
just wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not going to stand here and defend myself. There's no need for me to do that. We're going to go up to Ruth's room. We're going to go right now. Come.
I told you, Lisa, this room is kept locked.
Well, it may have been locked for a while, but it's certainly not locked now. You don't believe that I was in here. You don't believe that I saw Ruth's portrait, do you?
I don't know what to believe at this point.
All right, just wait.
You see?
Hester, give me that key.
I'm sorry, I can't. Bennett has the only key now.
Is that true, Bennett?
Yes, it is.
I wouldn't lie.
I asked Hester to give me the key back before I went back to Oakdale to pick you up.
Why?
Frankly, because I was annoyed with her for giving you the key after the last time you asked her for it.
Well, why shouldn't I go in this room if I want to?
I shouldn't have to explain that to you, Lisa. There are many painful and unhappy memories associated with that room.
Bennett.
I wanted it closed up until I was ready to refurbish and redecorate it with your help. Until then, I didn't want to be reminded of...
Oh, thank goodness.
You still insist on going in there?
I most certainly do. Where are the lights? Oh, Bennett, it was there! It was there! I saw it. I saw the portrait, and her face was all slashed up.
Lisa, maybe Hester was right. Maybe it was just a nightmare.
No, it wasn't, and I know who's responsible. You're responsible for it because I found her letter opener. It's right here on the floor. I can prove. It was here. It was here. I saw it. I held it in my hand.
I'll be right there. Good morning.
Yeah. Sorry I took so long to get to the door, Dad.
It's okay. I get the distinct impression that I woke you up.
Yeah, I did kind of oversleep, I guess.
Then you forgot that we're having breakfast together this morning.
Yeah. No, I mean, I remembered when I heard the doorbell ring.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know how it slipped my mind. I kind of got sidetracked last night. Some personal problems.
Uh-huh. Here's your paper.
Oh, thanks. Well, let's see. Some breakfast. I think there's a coffee cake in the freezer.
I've got some good news for you. You might call it a reprieve.
Oh?
Your grandmother would like us to come over there for breakfast.
Oh, great.
So if you'd like to get dressed.
Yeah. Well, I still have to shave.
That's okay. I'll look at the paper while you're getting ready.
Well, I'm sure Grandma probably wants to see us as long as she can before you leave. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll follow.
Okay. That's probably a good idea.
I'll be about 20 minutes or so.
Would you men like another cup of coffee, or would you rather wait until I put breakfast on?
I think I'll have a little more, dear.
I'd like some too, please, Mom.
Right? Where is that boy?
Well, I'm sure he's on his way right now.
He should be here. Maybe I should give him a call.
Mom, he'll walk in any minute.
Well, I know you don't like to be late getting to the hospital.
I still got time.
I gather Dana is going with you to the airport.
Yes, I'm picking her up on my way to the hospital.
Nancy, maybe we ought to ask her over for dinner tonight.
Well, all right, I'll give her a call later and find out if she'd like to come. I hope she knows that your father and I would like to have her come over anytime she feels the need of company.
I appreciate that. I know she does, too.
Well, I guess I'd better start breaking the eggs.
I was glad I was able to say goodbye to Donald this morning.
Well, you barely caught him. He really rushed right out of here. After Mary called and said you couldn't get her car started, he wanted to get over there to see if he could help.
I hope she gave him breakfast.
Oh, well, he's going to eat with her and Teddy, and then he'll drive her to the office if it's necessary while our car's being fixed.
It was obvious he was going to see Mary. Always looks so happy when he's going to see her and Teddy.
Ah.
There he is.
Well, I understand you were still asleep when your father got over there to the house.
Yeah, poor Dad, there he was, all ready for breakfast.
Speaking of which, how does an omelet sound to you?
Oh, super.
A lot better than frozen coffee cake.
Well, this worked out pretty well. Not all that handy in the kitchen.
Frozen coffee cake. Have you been living on frozen food, or have you been eating out since Lisa left?
Now, you know you're welcome to come over here anytime, Tom.
Thanks, Grandpa. I have been eating out fairly often, but I had a home-cooked meal last night.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, Barbara cooked dinner.
Oh, over at her apartment?
No, she came over to the house.
Well, that must have been enjoyable.
She's such a nice girl.
Yeah, it was a very pleasant evening.
Oh, Tom, would you mind pouring the orange juice for me, please, dear? Bob, I've written a letter I'd like to have you give to Penny. Please don't let me forget to give it to you.
I won't, Mom.
And please tell her to write us or call us soon. I worry. She just hasn't been in touch with us for so long.
Well, she has a very full life over there, dear.
I know, Chris. But I do worry when I don't hear regularly from my children.
Well, is there anything I can do to help?
Oh, yes. Would you mind taking care of the toast while I make the omelet?
So what are you doing up so early?
I turned and tossed all night. I found that it was very hard to stay asleep.
I guess you were unsettled by what happened last night.
Unsettled? What's unsettling to me is to think that you didn't believe me. I was in here. I did see the portrait of Ruth, and it was slashed up.
So you're still upset, and I'm sorry. I don't want to make it any worse for you, but well, you've just got to understand for your own sake that you couldn't have been in here. I had the only key, and the room was locked. That's all there is to it. I know it was very vivid and terrifying for you, but
Yes, it certainly was.
it just had to be a nightmare. There's no other logical explanation.
No.
Look, there's something else I want to talk to you about. I know that we've been dragging our feet on getting the inn ready to reopen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we ought to make a project out of it now. And we ought to first start with this room and just... I want it completely redone, and I want you to take full charge.
Well, I have a few ideas of just what I would like done in this room.
Good. I want it redone entirely. Every corner of it. This room it's just been laying empty for too long. It's filled with memories that I want buried. I want them covered up and buried with fresh paint and new wallpaper.
Darling, when we're married, I will see to it that all bad memories are erased forever, I promise you.
I know you will.
Now, please, promise me one thing. It's a little favor I have to ask.
Anything.
Have a talk with Hester.
Lisa, please forget about last night.
I'm sorry, I can't. I can't forget the fact that she lied to me. She lied about seeing me asleep, and she lied about everything that took place in this room, and I do not know why.
You just won't accept that it couldn't possibly have happened.
No, I know it did happen. And I want you to have a talk with her. And what's more, I would like for you to dismiss her.
I plan to talk with her as soon as she gets up.
Well, you know, it looks like Bob has a pretty good day for his flight.
How much of a layover does he have in New York before he leaves for London?
A couple of hours, I believe.
Did you notice that he didn't seem that happy to go?
Well, honey, I think that's understandable. He not only had to leave some work in progress here, but he's going to be away from the woman he loves very much.
It can't be easy for Dana having Bob turn Ian's case over to John Dixon.
Well, Dixon's a fine doctor. She doesn't have anything to worry about on that score.
Oh, I know that's true, dear. But Dana has to pull Ian out of this depression he's in, and everybody says that that can't be done medically. I just wonder how much help John will be to Dana.
Well, honey, if Dana can get McFarland back to a normal, useful way of life, I think she can put that sense of responsibility behind her.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? Dana can get her divorce, McFarland can go back to his music, Dana and Bob can make plans for their marriage.
Is divorce ever that clean a break?
Well,
Just think that the timing is wrong for all of them. I wish Bob didn't have to go.
well, he's certainly going to get back here just as soon as he can.
I hope so.
Hi there.
Barbara.
Surprised to see me this early in the morning?
Yes, well, it's a nice surprise. Come on in.
Thanks.
On your way to work?
Yeah, I have an art therapy group over at the hospital. I thought I'd swing by on my way to work. I did try calling.
Oh, I just got in a few minutes ago.
I thought Bob was coming here for breakfast.
Yeah, he was, but Dad came armed with an invitation from Grandmother, so we went over there instead. Anyhow, I forgot some papers I need at the office, so I had to come back.
I was a little worried when he didn't answer.
Worried?
Well, you sounded a bit strange last night on the phone when I called to talk to you about why I thought I shouldn't stay.
Well, it's probably because it's a subject that's not easy to discuss in depth over the telephone.
Yes, but before I even brought the subject up, you sounded quiet, reserved, like you couldn't wait for me to hang up.
Well, I didn't mean to be short with you. I guess I was in a rather strange mood when I got home last night.
Because of me?
No, I'm sorry I worried you. The problem was all mine.
Well, I'll forgive you if you buy me a cup of coffee on the way to work.
All right. I'd make you a cup of coffee here, but I'm all out of instant.
Brother, you really need someone to look after you here.
There's a place on the way to the hospital. We can stop there.
Why did you do those things to Lisa last night?
I didn't do anything.
You frightened her half to death.
She dreamt the whole thing. You said so yourself.
That was no dream, and you know it. I want to know what you're up to.
Nothing.
I told you to get rid of that portrait.
I did.
Hester, don't lie to me.
I know why you're angry, Bennett. And it's not me. It's her. I saw the look in your eyes when she was flirting with Derek Bickford all through dinner last night.
She wasn't flirting.
You can say what you like, but I saw what went on. It was as if the clock had been turned back, and I was watching Ruth and Martin sitting there together.
I don't want to hear that name. Now, Hester, you better watch your step or you're going to be out of here for good.
You mustn't ever threaten me again. I'm a good friend to you, Bennett. I have been for a long time.
That doesn't give you a license to try to frighten away the woman I love.
Instead of being angry with me, you should look into your own heart and soul. Make sure you don't let it happen again, Bennett. With Mrs. Coleman ending up like your first wife.